Yep.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order at 6:08 p.m. and let's go ahead and stand and say the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
To
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recording in progress.
Oh, I like that. That'll work.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, that didn't hear that, I went ahead, I forgot to do it when I called the meeting to order. I apologize, but I went ahead and, since we get some, with the subscription of Zoom, some room on the cloud, I went ahead and hit the record button. Figure it won't hurt.
Perfect.
Okay, the first item up, trying to do these somewhat in order that makes sense. State statute, I didn't know this, but after reading state statutes, we do have to, duly accept, that's the quote out of the state statute, the resignation. So the only way I know to do that, to duly accept the resignation of Julie Bradley, is for a motion and to vote on it.
Okay. So, do you want me to just go ahead and make the motion that we accept Julie Bradley's resignation as president? As president and board member for Casper Mountain Fire Protection District.
Okay, the motion is to accept the resignation of Julie Bradley, both from the president's position as well as the board of directors for the Casper Mountain Fire Protection District Board.
Correct.
Sorry, I'm taking a second to write that down. All right, I got the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Casey.
Yes.
Is there any discussion? Motion.
Probably not.
I don't have any.
Casey.
No.
Okay, hearing none, all in favor of the motion to accept the resignation for president and the board, being on the board from Julie Bradley, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. And so now that I've got the recording on, and I didn't do this, just from your voices, I know I do have a quorum, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now to just double ensure that we do have a quorum. Pat Harshman, are you present?
Yes.
Karen Steven, are you present?
Yes.
Casey Klein, are you present?
Yes.
And Stu Anderson is present, so yes, we do have a quorum. In the next line of business, okay, the motion carries, so the resignation has been accepted or duly accepted. The next order of business, and again, I'll throw a little reminder in here, these are the only things we can talk about tonight, just due to the fact it is a special meeting, and under Wyoming state statute, those, when you call for a special meeting and advertise it, only that advertised items can you talk about or discuss and/or make decisions on. So the next thing I had was temporary basis. And it would be temporary until we get a new member on board, and at which time we can then have an election for the president position. Is there any volunteers that are willing to do it?
I decline. Stu, Casey Klein declines. Decline. Sorry. Sorry, I had to. Pun intended.
Yeah, that was good.
It was a pretty good dad joke.
Yeah.
And Karen also declines, because I would probably be a terrible president, even if it's temporary.
Pat also declines.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and do it. For now, well, as a pro temp. Just due to the fact of any of us can do it because, well, Casey or I could, because it does address in there the officers. It's got that other duties clause, other duties as the board may deem necessary from time to time, type of phrase in there under our bylaws. So, but it doesn't address anything about the members at large, which is why I put it out there for volunteers. So, I'm willing to do so if, under the vote, if it goes that way.
Okay. So do we need to vote on this, or how does this work?
Yeah, I will need a motion, and a second, the discussion, and then the vote.
Well, I vote that Stu Anderson take the position as temporary president until we get someone else to fill the vacancy.
Okay, Karen is motioning for Stu Anderson to take temporary presidency, or the president pro temp position until we fill the vacancy
Correct.
and have a vote for the president position. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
That was Casey.
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
No.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for doing that.
Yes, thank you.
Hearing, okay. Thank you. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion for Stu Anderson to be president pro temp until the vacancy is filled, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay, our third thing was gonna take probably a little bit more discussion, for a couple of reasons. And that is filling the vacancy us are gone, then the county commissioners have to step in and assign whether it be one vacancy or more. They have a time limit of 30 days. However, in state statute, there is no time limit for us except for the 45 days that are in our bylaws. And in our bylaws, state statute does supersede our bylaws. And the reason I went into all of that is, well, I have several questions. I suppose we better proceed and then get into a discussion about, well, maybe not yet. What I want to know is, do we want to suspend the 45-day from our bylaws and go with state statutes to get it fixed, or filled, excuse me, not fixed, filled? And then we could do that. I think we're looking at maybe, by the time I get back, it's going to be, it'll be about, our first meeting in May, if you will, is about 50 days out, 50, 51, something like that.
Stu, I haven't recently read the bylaws, but doesn't our bylaws say that any of the state statutes supersede our bylaws, meaning that we follow the state statutes instead of our bylaws if there's this discrepancy? Yes, there is, it does say in there just that it's state law supersedes that and federal law supersedes that.
So do we have to change anything in the bylaws then, if the state supersedes it?
Well, we probably should eventually.
That is one of the changes I'm making, as well as if you will, a line of dissension or, a hierarchy, so we don't have to do this again. If the president or whatever does resign, so that we have a continuity of operations, if you will. I didn't realize it wasn't in there till this cropped up. So yeah, that is one of the changes, that and the line of dissension that I have put into the new draft, if you will, that we all need to address here in the near future, hopefully. So what I was looking at, the reason I mentioned the 45 days, we can also do, there's also parts in there in the bylaws, we can do what's good for this is surmising, do what's good for the district and the district board, and we can even vote or take a motion and vote on suspending that 45-day bylaw and going with state statute.
So, sorry if I sound a little ignorant. Wouldn't we want both the 45 days and the 30 days so that we have more time to find someone? Or no?
If we go with the state statutes, there is no time limit.
Okay.
So that gives us more time to fill that
Okay,
position.
thank you. Thank you, I was confused.
And
That's okay, Casey. The 30 days applies to the county commissioners. If we can't agree on who we want to replace, then we notify them, and if
And then 30 days
notify
hits.
it's 30. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
yes, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, if someone wants to do a motion, to suspend, and I got it written down, because I had to look all this up, Article 7, Section 8 of our bylaws, and go with state statute, that would be the motion.
Okay. So is that your motion?
I need a motion.
Repeat that, Pat, since I write this down.
Motion to suspend Article 7, Section 8 of our bylaws and adapt the state statutes. Is adapt the word you used?
Or follow state statute.
You wouldn't happen to have that number, would you? Stu?
Why, yes, I do.
Oh.
Yes, I do. Hold on.
I think it just would be more complete of a motion.
Sure, but hold on just a second. Okay, the state statute is Wyoming State Statute 22-29-202, parentheses, little a, billing by appointment. So as I understand it, the motion would, like from Pat, would be to suspend bylaws, Article 7, Section 8, and go with state statute, and follow state statute, Wyoming State Statute 22-29-202, little a.
Yes, that would be the motion. I guess I make it since I spoke.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second it. This is Karen.
We have a motion. We have a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, I guess I need a motion to advertise to fill the vacancy.
A motion to advertise the vacancy of president of our Casper Mountain Fire Protection District.
Don't we want just a board member? We don't want to necessarily say president because they
Oh, we
might
just
not
want-
do it.
Oh,
So we just need a board member and then between the 5 of us, we need to discuss.
a new president.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. After we get a new board member, and then we, at one of our meetings, or the very first meeting, hopefully once they're on board, we vote for a president.
Okay. Let me rewrite that. too.
So do you want to include on Facebook?
Yes. Thank you.
Can you read my scribbles? Casey made a motion to advertise for a new board member on Facebook.
There we go. I'm making a motion to advertise for a new board member on Facebook.
Okay, Casey, you're making a motion to advertise for a new board member on Facebook. And with that, to fulfill the
Empty board position.
the remaining, 2 years, or what's left of the 2 years of the term. That's the word I was looking for the remaining term, or the term of, what Julie was elected to.
And it would be, just to clarify that too, it would be until the next election, so that is 2 years. But even if she had a 4-year spot, it would still be a 2-year spot that we're advertising for.
Yeah, absolutely. Any vacancy's gotta be filled, and then, it's only until the term is, or I shouldn't say the term is up, until the next election. And
Correct.
the term happens to be up with the next election.
Correct.
So motion for advertise for a new board member to fulfill the vacancy, to fulfill the term from the vacancy until the next election. Is that correct?
Yes, because that's not how I wrote it, but yes, that's what I want to say. Let me see.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second it.
Karen
Is that
did.
Karen?
Yep.
Yes.
Is there any discussion?
How long are we gonna advertise? Or are we just gonna leave it open, since we kinda opened our time limit up?
Well, and, yep, that's why I wanted to get a motion, so we can talk about that, motion in a second. So you're beating me to the punch there on a couple of things, Pat.
Sorry.
Thank you. No, don't be sorry. That's great, because we're thinking the same thing. I would like to be back in town for the choice, so to the first meeting in May, would be nice, but I think we need to cut it off like maybe, what do you guys think, a week before?
Like May 1st. What,
Yeah.
Just
that's-
trying to
that's
get
even
the
better.
calendar up.
That's a, I'm sorry. Sorry,
Yeah,
Karen.
until May 1st.
May 1st is a Monday, and then May 8th is our first meeting in May.
Okay.
So that's 1 week prior.
All right, well, I kinda like that. We just wanna make sure we get enough time, so do we wanna make it longer? Maybe 2 weeks prior? And then that way we could, give them plenty of notice to show up at the meeting, to give us why, et cetera.
I don't know.
So that's what. So that would give whoever a month to decide if they wanna run.
Yeah.
A little better than.
Well, we're gonna start, just like he said, it's like 40 days, 45 days. I think, yeah, 31, 10 days. 41 days. That's 41 days.
Depending how fast we get it advertised.
Yeah,
Let's do it, virtually do it now.
tonight. Or tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah. So immediately, basically.
So, yeah,
So are you guys
If
good
I
with
get
May
the-
1st?
if I get the go-ahead to advertise, I'll probably, I don't know if I'll do it tonight, but I'll definitely get it done tomorrow. and to get us, email or letter of interest, one or the other. So we'll have to make sure we check the mailboxes too, or the mailbox, you don't have multiple ones.
Correct.
So you're saying have them mail their,
Letter of intent.
yeah, thank you, the words went out of my head, to the mail, so mail it, snail mail.
Well, I wanna give them the option, either an email, and I'll put my email out there, like my district email, and they can either email it to me and or they can snail mail it, so that we can,
Well, and then we could either scan it in and get it out to the other members of the board, or else it could just be forwarded, correct? I mean, as soon as you get it.
correct, right, yeah, if I got an email, boom, it's gonna get forwarded to everybody. And if we get a snail mail, we'll just have to scan it and send it out, that is correct. So that's why I'm thinking maybe we should do a couple, do a couple weeks cut off, so that we have plenty of chance to, look at, especially if we get something snail mail.
Yeah, we just got our Rocky Mountain Power bill for last month.
Sure, she's really bad about getting things. So you wanna cut it off
By
April 24th then?
April 20th.
Is that what you're saying, Stu?
Yeah, I'm looking at my calendar,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, how about April 24th, Monday the 24th? So what do you guys think about that? I don't know.
I think that's perfect.
I thought it was good too, my question is, do we need to revise our motion to include these dates?
And that's why I asked if you guys are okay with it, because I would like to amend it to say received by, whatever, 5 PM on the 24th.
Do you want a start date in that motion as well? The March 22nd?
Or can we just say,
Or,
advertise immediately?
I'm sorry,
for-
Daisy, what was that?
should I just put for a start date immediately?
I guess I didn't quite hear you. A start date?
Yeah, do we need a start date in there as well, or just an end date?
Oh, it'll start whenever I have it. I don't think we need a start date.
Okay.
But we definitely, want that cutoff date and time, I think.
I don't think I have the motion correct still.
Well, can you read my
Yes.
scratches and my,
Okay. All right, Stu, are you ready for my motion?
Yes.
I am making a motion to advertise for a new board member on Facebook to fulfill the term of the vacancy until the next election received by 5 PM on 4/24/2023.
maybe notices must be received.
Oh, until the next election, period, Letter of intent, right, or the letter of intent part.
Must be. Can you still read?
Yes. After the vacancy until the next election, letter of intent must be received by 5 p.m. on 4/24/2023. That's my motion.
Okay, so we have an amended motion. Do we have that's a motion to amend? Do we have a second on the amendment?
Yes.
Do we have a second on the amendment?
I make a second. This is Karen.
Thank you, Karen. Any discussion on the amendment? Okay, this is a vote for the amendment only. All in favor of amending the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion to amend carries. Now we'll call for a vote on the amended motion that's already been seconded. Do we have any more discussion on that amendment? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion to advertise for the new board member to fulfill the open vacancy until the next election with the letters of intent being received by 5 p.m. on 4/24/23, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed signify by saying nay. Motion carries. And at this time, I have no other business. I think that was the three things we needed to talk about and make decisions on. And I think I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at 6:43 p.m. Or 18:43.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn, a second.
I second it, Casey.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nays? Motion carries. All right,
All right, thank you.
meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Perfect. Thanks, Stu. Thanks for being the president. I can't.
Oh, yeah, you're quite welcome.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you all for taking time to come and so we can move forward.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Yes. Sounds good. We will talk to you later, Stu.
Say what?
I said, we will talk to you later.
Yeah, talk
You
to you
holler
later.
if you need me.
Okay,
Okay?
all right, thanks. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks,
Bye.
bye.